it's also my third year here as well, and I'm starting to see some familiar faces who I look forward to seeing.
I think what's important to say is the understanding on how air pollution affects the cardiovascular system is really changed. It's one of these huge areas of scientific excellence. I mean, we have been aware of the cardiovascular effects of air pollution since the early 1990s when we started to see particulate matter associated with death. So effectively what happens when air pollution goes into your lungs is your body mounts a defense. It tries to get rid of this air pollution, but it can't do so. So it mounts an inflammatory response that spills over into the blood. So we effectively have the whole body having a sick response to that. There are various other mechanisms involved as well. Some of the things I'd like to highlight, and I think one of the most interesting findings, is some of these particles, they are smaller than viruses. And we don't have any trouble imagining that viruses can get into the blood. These particles do the same. So once they pass from the lungs into the blood, they can be carried to every single organ of the body. Worse than that, they start to preferentially build up in areas of disease, areas where they can cause the most harm. So it's as if almost they're designed to cause the most harm in the body.
We also looked at policies here. We looked at guideline levels, and essentially the take-home message is we need more committed action. For example, less than 10 countries meet the World Health Organization guidelines for PM2.5. And even more concerning, less than 64% of the countries in the world have legally binding powers and policies on outdoor air pollution. There are positives though. We highlight case studies where we have cities around the world who have made changes to air pollution, and hopefully the health effects will follow by changing city design, urban spaces, transport. Well, let me get towards the end of the talk. It's important that I focus on some of the key recommendations, and we have highlighted 9 in the report. I think it was about 25 when I first wrote them, and they were quickly edited out. Let me focus on just the key 5 presentations. The first 2 are the most important. Countries really need to be adopting the World Health Organization guidelines for air pollution. These were updated in 2021. These measures are very stringent. Make no doubt about it, many countries will struggle to meet some of these guidelines, but there are interim targets. We encourage governments to make a roadmap to meet these, and these are important targets. They are based on the health. We encourage governments to support fossil fuel non-proliferation treaties. We are at a stage now where we know combustion of fossil fuels generates some of the most harmful air pollutants. Air pollution is an insidious and a ubiquitous exposure that has staggering effects on life. But we need to bear in mind that air pollution is a preventable risk factor. We know some of the solutions, and there are opportunities here. If we can effectively reduce air pollution, the health benefits will follow, and we can see the great cardiovascular benefits in health if we can effectively reduce it.